Hi, welcome to Bizwai video tutorials. In this video we will see how to prepare and import data in Bizwai using Excel. Bizwai allows connection to QuickBooks or data import from any accounting application using spreadsheets in Excel file format. In this video, you will see how to prepare data for importing in Bizwai. To import data in Bizwai we need to provide two different spreadsheets. One that contains data defining financial periods and the other one contains actual accounting data. Let's start preparing data for import in Bizwai. First of all, we need trial balance of our financial data from whatever application we are using. This method of data import is application agnostic, so we can import data from any application as long as we can have a trial balance in Excel format. Bizwai expects data in a specific format for import, and we can download blank template files from the home page of Bizwai using download menu. Let's download base trial template and see what kind of data we need to provide for import. As we can see, we need to provide 5 columns for financial data import in Bizwai, namely transaction date, account name, account type, debit amount, and credit amount. We have already prepared a spreadsheet that contains monthly trial balance for 4 years, from 2016 to 2019. We exported this data from a custom accounting application and formatted it in its present shape. It is important to note that all financial data must be imported using a single spreadsheet, because before importing, Bizwai delete previous snapshot of the data, since Bizwai has no way to know if the data being imported is new or a replacement of existing data. So, please make sure that every time you import complete data. As you can see, this spreadsheet has only 4 columns. Column for account types is missing. Bizwai needs specific account types to understand nature of an account, so we can only use a specific set of account types that we need to map with each of our account name before we can import data in Bizwai. We may download valid account types using download menu from the home page of Bizwai. Let's download valid account types. There are 15 valid account types that we may use to categorize our accounts. Now we need to map our account names with valid account types. To do this, we have already made another spreadsheet that contains unique account names from all exported trial balances. List of unique account names may easily be made by copying all account names from exported financial data and then removing all duplicates by using Excel's data functions. We have already mapped appropriate account types against each account name in this spreadsheet. It is important to note that we should map only valid account types. If an invalid account type is mapped or if an account name is not mapped with any account type, then data import will fail and Bizwai will generate an appropriate error message. Another important factor to keep in mind is that if an account name is mapped to an incorrect account type, such as if a revenue account is mapped to cost of goods sold, then your results will be incorrect, because Bizwai has no way to detect this kind of errors. Now we need to prepare a spreadsheet that will be used for importing data in Bizwai. We strongly recommend that your workbook should have only one worksheet to avoid any errors. If more than one worksheets are defined, then Bizwai will read the first worksheet for data import. Bizwai expects that the first row of the worksheet should contain the column names. Bizwai requires you to use specific column names for data import. Column order does not matter. Bizwai ignores any additional columns. Let's prepare a spreadsheet that we will use for data import. In this spreadsheet, there are 5 columns. We have already copied our exported trial balance in appropriate columns and also mapped each line with its account type. Here you can see that the first column is transaction date. This is the date for which trial balance is exported from your accounting software. We need to provide this date on each row. Bizwai uses this date to identify financial period. We will also prepare a spreadsheet for financial period shortly. Second column contains account names. Bizwai does not process account names in any specific way, but all budgets are calculated for each individual account name. Therefore, It is important to have same account name across different financial periods for the same account head. If account names are changed from one financial period to another financial period, then Bizwai will treat them as two different accounts for budgeting and analysis purposes. Third column is for account type, as we have seen earlier in this video. Fourth and fifth columns are for debit and credit amounts respectively. Both values should be positive numbers. We also need to prepare a spreadsheet for financial periods as well. You may also download a template for financial periods using download menu from the home page of bizwai.com. Here is the blank template for defining financial periods for importing into Bizwai. Let's open a financial periods spreadsheet that we have already prepared. Let's explore and understand this spreadsheet. Column A of this spreadsheet is used to define a user-friendly name for the financial period. This column is called Data Name. This name is used in all visualizations and filters. Here we have used the year number along with abbreviation for December, showing that financial period is closing on December 31st. This column is a text column. Column B is used for specifying order of financial periods for drop-down menus and filters. Here we have used year number. This column is a number column. Column C specifies if a budget needs to be calculated for this financial period or not. This column expects either true or false. Column D specifies budget calculation method. If budget does not need to be calculated for a financial period, then this column may be left empty. Valid values for this column are A, V, G, or M, I, N, or M, A, N. If A, V, G is selected, then budget for expenses is calculated by taking the average percentage of that expense with respect to income, and average sales numbers are used for budgeting purposes. This is average budgeting method. If M, I, N is selected, then budget for expenses is calculated by taking the minimum percentage of that expense with respect to income, and maximum sales numbers are used for budgeting purposes. This is optimized budgeting method. If M, A, N is selected, then budget for expenses is calculated by taking the maximum percentage of that expense with respect to income, and minimum sales numbers are used for budgeting purposes. This is adverse budgeting method. Column E specifies budget calculation interval. Currently it accepts either M for monthly calculations or Y for yearly calculations. Column F and G are used for defining starting and ending dates for budget calculations. These columns may be left blank if budget is not calculated for this financial period. Column H and I are used for defining starting and ending dates for the financial period. Column J specifies if a financial period is locked. If a financial period is locked, then budget is not calculated for that financial period. This is useful setting for budget recalculation. Recalculation is not done for the financial periods which are locked. This column expects either true or false. Now we have prepared the data for import. Let's import data in Bizwai. Log in Bizwai using your account. When you log in for the first time, you will see this page. By default, QuickBooks connectivity is selected. Select the Excel option. This will take you to the page where you can upload your data files in Bizwai. Select Upload Radio button, and make sure that option number 1, Financial Periods, is selected. Select Choose File button. This will open a file selection dialog. This dialog may appear different depending on your operating system and its version. Select the file that you prepared for financial periods. Once the file is selected, press Submit button. Financial periods are imported very quickly and a file showing status of data import will be downloaded. Open this file to check the status of data import. As you can see that the data import was successful and status of each financial period import is also shown. If there is an error in data import, it will be shown here and then you may fix that error and import data again. Now we will import financial data. To import financial data, we will select option 2 from the drop-down menu, Base Trial Balance. Then we will select the Choose File button to select the data file that we prepared for data import. Select the file from the File Opening dialog. Then select Submit button to start data import. While data is being imported, browser will show busy indication. Data import may take several minutes, depending on your data size and internet connection speed. Once data is imported, a import status spreadsheet will be downloaded automatically. Let's check this spreadsheet to see the status of data import. As you can see, that data import was successful, and status spreadsheet also shows status of each data line imported. If there is an error in data import, then that error will be reported in this spreadsheet. Now let's go back to browser and select Budget button to calculate the budget. While budget is being calculated, browser will show you busy indication. Once budget is calculated, Bizwai will take you to the dashboard. This complete data import using Excel. Thank you.